Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Turn that off. Turn that off. Your phone.
I'm turning it off all the way. Oh, that part. Okay. Sorry.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're here, Journeys and Ambitions. We're here to thrill and we're here to kill.
Oh, is that new?
I don't know. I just made that up.
I don't even have headphones.
I guess I should probably say thrill and then kill. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you couldn't say kill on the radio.
We're not getting.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, not really. Good morning, you guys. How are you? I'm asking you a question.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I had some early morning meetings and yeah. So
Tell us about that.
it was kind of a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. So I do this on my lunch break.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm like going up to the minute. My hair was wet and everything. I'm trying to dry my hair. It's a hot mess here on Fridays.
It really is.
You know what? It's a hot mess here every day.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
And then next week, just preview, I'm actually on call. So we'll see how that goes. Because if I get a call in the middle of the show, it's going to be the A show.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I do this kind of thing. I can run it. I got this.
Well, a backup plan. And by that, I mean segment, like just do some segments.
Exactly. So I'm so excited for today's show. This is Journeys and Ambitions. I'm Abby, and this is...
I'm Jennifer.
Yes, and we're here to talk today about keeping your word. So as you guys know, on Journeys and Ambitions, we talk about different topics from the perspective of someone who is Gen X.
Yes.
And then someone who is Gen Z. And so I think the idea of like keeping your word and staying true to like commitments, I think we'll look at it differently. In some ways, in certain ways. Maybe not you and me necessarily, but I think generationally, yeah. I think there's kind of a different standard.
And there's positive and negative aspects to this, right? So
yeah.
We use the term here amongst ourselves in the home, overcommitted.
Like spreading yourself too thin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying no to things that you should probably say no to.
You think older people do that?
I think I do that.
Oh, you think you do
and
that?
then I have this thing inside me that doesn't like to let people down. And so I will run myself like ragged.
Yeah.
And go to and do things I don't really want to do because I didn't say no in the beginning. you
Yeah.
know? But I'm actually getting better at that.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of do the same thing. And I don't know if it's a generational thing or maybe because, you raised me to be the same way. But I feel like I also kind of, I like to do everything. And I often use this saying, I always say, I like to feel needed. I like to feel like my presence is like I'm impactful, I guess. And so like if someone asks me to do something, most of the time I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. And even if I'm like, wow, I don't know how or when or if I can even do that, but I'm gonna try. But it makes me feel like fulfilled to feel like I am spreading myself. We've talked about this on the show before.
Well, I'm also 50 years old and I have FOMO still.
FOMO?
Big time. Yeah. And so I've had to like pull every ounce of like maturity out of me to be like, you really shouldn't do that. So, last night, and I know one, I don't think either one. I was invited by two separate people to go get crawfish, and I haven't had crawfish yet, and
this season I haven't either. Yeah. I really want some,
and I really, really wanted to go, and but realistically, I had to get caught up on some stuff for work, and also I was kind of tired. The week's been kind of, and I really don't love to go out on Thursday nights having work and this right. on Fridays, right?
Yeah. Although trying to be responsible.
Oh, I did it last week, and that's why my hair was on a ponytail last week. Yeah, I did it last week, and then once you get me out, and my friends know this, and if you're on here, I'm talking to you. Once you get me out, you can convince me to stay out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not like that. I feel like I want to.
No, you're good,
but I will come home at a decent time.
By the way, we all went. We went on friends. Let's back up. We went on vacation last year with two of my friends, and they were just talking about you the other day.
Yeah.
They're like, so we stopped in New Orleans, and there's, I'm the oldest, but my two friends are in their 40s, and Abby, 20 4 at the time.
24, yeah.
And we stop in New Orleans and we're like, yes, we're going to go out. We're going to go drinking. And I was like, yep, I'm going to bed though. Y'all have fun.
I did.
She went to bed and the rest of us stayed out.
I said, I want to get in bed and rub my feet together.
She did say that. And honk shoe.
And honk shoe, yeah. I'm trying to take a nap.
Yeah.
Not a nap, a long rest, actually.
So you definitely, you many times you stand out as the most mature in the group.
You think
with
so?
me and my friends.
Yeah.
I think we're having our second wind.
But I think because I do try to keep true to my word. See how I transition that? Since I do really try to, like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I kind of like will be very honest if I don't want to do something. I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. And I feel like that.
Yeah, I've transitioned to saying yes too much to being a little more vague. Like, maybe we'll see how I feel that day.
Right.
I mean, it's a transition, right? Like,
yeah.
But I preach a lot. I'm one of those people who can see things that are going wrong, not in my own life and everybody else's life. So I do preach a lot that, no is a complete sentence.
Yeah. But I do think
I
people
struggle
feel justified, or not justified, entitled to like getting a reason from you all the time too.
No, because people like you have to depends on your circumstance, right? Like, so if you go into a new job with that mindset, they'll know that from the get-go. When they ask you to do something, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Or I'm calling out. Are you sick? Yep. No other excuse. They'll learn that from you, right?
And
but if you start off the person that's like, oh yeah, I have a fever and I was up all night, and you make this long excuse, that's going to be the expectation moving forward.
Right.
So the expectation for me is if I say no something, that I'm going to tell you why no.
Yeah.
So I've already set that expectation.
Right.
So now people that know me well are like, but why? What you got? We know you sit home all day. We know you work. What do you really have going on?
Yeah, that's true. And even like, and it's funny that you brought up the job setting too. I feel like it's also, you have to be mindful of how you act in any new like relationship or friendship or job, because like you're setting a standard, you're setting a tone for like, this is how I like always plan on behaving. And I saw a TikTok. Y'all know I love TikTok. I saw a TikTok the other day of like somebody saying like, whenever you get to a job, or I think it was a story time. That's what it was. It was a story time on YouTube. Like if you start a job, don't start like taking on other people's work to be nice and to be liked, because then people are going to expect that of you. Then they're always going to pass off a certain task to you. And now you're overwhelmed. You're not getting paid more. This is in your like job title.
This is what's going on with me right now is I'm transitioning to a same position, different duties. And I'm kind of doing like the duties I was already doing and taking on the new role.
Yeah.
I can do it, but it's a lot. So I finally had to say, I can't do all this new stuff until I get rid of the old stuff. I can.
Yeah.
But A, it's making me crazy. And B, again, I don't want to set that expectation. Thank you. That's going to be like a full-time thing.
Yeah.
Like
you're always going to make yourself that available.
Right. So, okay, that's not really keeping your word, but it is overcommitted. So we're just going to go all over the place as we do.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with that. I want to read some comments. Good morning, Shay. Say good morning.
Good morning, Shay.
Good morning. Good morning, Brittany. It's good to see you,
Brittany.
My friend.
Did you bring your friends with you, Brittany?
And then Terry said, we both look beautiful. She is
Terry.
Ooh, look at me.
Just speaking of being committed, Terry Gibson, I'm calling you out because you're on and I know you don't mind. Like, you are my number one fan on Facebook. And I've posted several things. I'm going to admit I've posted many, many things recently. And I remember I said to Abby, I said, I posted a whole bunch of stuff and are people sick of me? I don't have a single like, not even Terry.
Yeah, Terry is good about being engaged.
She's all on
social media.
She should run our Facebook page because she would be really good at responding.
Engaging. Yeah. I am not, even on my own personal account, I'm not good. I don't like leave a lot of comments. I like stuff, but that's my response. In fact, somebody yesterday was like, because I liked their email from me, they're like, you just gave it a little thumbs up. And I said, yeah. And she was like, you weren't going to respond. I'm like, what do I have to? You said I'll get back to you later. I'll wait for you to get back to me.
Terry said I was out of town. Okay, Terry, get back on that.
She was booked and busy. No, and I was like, well, yeah, I gave it a thumb. It didn't require a crafted response. And then she literally said, you Gen Zs.
Well, no, that's actually the other thing about overcommitting yourself, right? I've gotten better at work because I get tons and tons of emails too. Like, if there wasn't a question,
Yeah, it's nothing that I
doesn't
have to
necessarily
respond to.
and even Outlook now is giving you a prompt. They read, the AI or whatever reads it,
Mhm.
and it gives you a thing where you could just click, "Thank you," and I do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on with my life.
Brittany commented, "What? Abby's staying in?" Yes, used
She's
to
actually a homebody.
I used to be. I feel
You're
like these days I'm not.
but you have, like you have, like, a it's not weird, it's great. She's kind of a structured outingness about her. It's like, on this day and this day, I do this. This is the day I spent with my best friend. This is the day I spend with my other friends. This is the day I spent
Mhm.
kind of. I
I try
mean,
to be.
it wavers, but
Yeah, I try to make sure that I definitely can't, like, if I'm busy every single day of the week, it's a rough week for me. Like, and busy is
like,
not being home.
after work.
Yeah, after work,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, I try to take days where I, like, already have to work and then I come home to, like, rest. But if the thing is, if and kinda bringing it back to our topic for today, if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I
Right.
try to stick to my plans. I think I used to kind of be the one to, like, maybe cancel, but never last minute. Like, I would maybe say, like, "Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true." I think I maybe have canceled a couple of times, and it was for, like, a good reason.
But you have to be okay. I mean, you have to be okay with canceling too. I
Yeah.
feel like, okay, if I have people watching and they're going to comment, I know I'm late to everything. We'll get into that in a second. But I think most of my friends know I'll be late.
Mhm.
I think they
Eventually.
also know that most people in my life will know that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
So I have gotten to the point where that used to stress me out. Oh, I said I'm going to do it. I better do it. But if I'm sick or this or that, I've finally gotten to the point where if I just can't, I have to cancel and just not feel terrible about it.
Right.
Like stuff happens.
Mhm.
But that's
And
it's
you have to
still a mental struggle. Like, oh,
well, and I think, like, I'm also really sensitive to, like, when someone makes plans with me, like, how if it doesn't play out or, like, and I'm not a super confrontational person, so it takes a lot for me to really wanna, like, address something in terms of that, but, like, yeah, I'm very big on, like, well, I'm very busy, and so if I set aside time for you and then you cancel on me, especially if it's last minute, that does it pisses me off. I think it's, like, it's just kind of disrespectful.
well, I feel to you like, and by the way, if you don't know this about yourself and I haven't personally said something to you, this is not about you. Okay. But you have the friends that um you even joke about it. Like, you make plans and you're like, I'll see how I feel that day. Like, hey, let's go to brunch on Sunday morning. And it's like,
Mhm.
mm, I'll call you Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You know? And that's
But
not
it still bothers you. You
I
may know
have
that about them and you may be like, "Okay, that's just them," but then
but then I actually count on it in some ways.
yeah, you're
Like,
like,
I
"Oh, it's
mean, I
probably
have
not gonna
plans,
go
but
through." Yeah.
you know, but it's with who, and that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then I have again, I've spoken to this person directly. Then it's the no call, no show.
Yeah.
And that I've had to have a talk, like, our friendship might have to change if this continues.
Yeah.
Because that's like, if I'm not gonna accept if I'm actively being single because I won't expect a man to treat me like that, why would my friends treat me like
Right. Yeah,
that?
that's true.
So um, just if you gotta cancel last minute, it might be irritating. If you don't cancel at all and don't show up and I can't reach you, come on. We're all adults.
It
Let's
shows
stop
a
that.
lack of, like, just basic respect of me and my
I mean, you don't
time.
have to respect me. But you should respect the relationship, the friendship.
No, I think
And if you don't
your friend
respect
should respect you.
but if you don't respect a friend, then you don't. I mean, like, why be friends with me?
Yeah, if you
You
don't
know?
respect me enough to, like, and, like, I think, like we said, like, things happen, right? It's like the whole "not all men" thing that people say. I'm not
Uh-huh.
saying
Oh,
it
right,
yeah.
yeah.
I think, like, I'm not saying every time, like, you've canceled we've all had to cancel, like, I think
True.
when it's, like, a frequent thing, and I actually, talked to a friend of mine, over the weekend, and she has a friend who also like, she has, like, this big friend group, and she has a friend in that friend group who, like, never shows up to things, is, like, always late, and I've only, like, seen these people a couple of times, and that's kind of, like, the running joke, and both times the friend was late or didn't show up, and so I was kind of like, does that, like, because y'all are joking about it, but I feel like I would be bothered, and they were like, "Oh, no, we've had situations, like, we've had to, like, kinda work through it," and I think I've had I've had friends before that may not like cancel on me, but I tell this story a lot because it was actually really traumatizing. This happened to me twice in my life, and I'm not going to say any names, but twice in my life, I've had two friends that I brought together, and then those friends became closer, and then would start kind of like not really. It's not even really canceling on me or not keeping their word. It just like kind of like just shady stuff. Like they would like purposely plan something and be like, "Don't text Abby back." Like, I don't wanna go pick her up. That happened in high school. And then in college, my friends I was friends with these 2 girls, and they started, like, going out a lot, and at the time, I was very much a homebody, and so I'd be like, "Okay, I don't wanna go out." But then when I would wanna go out and stuff like that, they would just use me to, like, drive. One time, oh my gosh, one time we drove an hour, like, literally, like, 45 minutes to an hour to this, like, bar. First of all, I wasn't even 21 yet. It was an 18 and up bar, so it's not even, like, whatever. And so we
Getting
go
heated.
there, and we're on our way there. We're literally walking out the door. And my friend turns to me and goes, "Abby, can you drive?" And keep in mind, they go out all the time. This is my like one time
Right.
going out once in a while,
Well, you
right?
weren't drinking, so
Um,
I know where you're going
I
with the
would
story.
have. I would
Oh,
have.
under 21?
There's ways.
Look at me acting shocked.
There's ways. There's ways. But
I know
anyways,
there's ways.
and then we get there and it's pay to park, and these bitches get out of the car and wait in line to meet up with our other friend while I stand there by myself. Pay to park in San Antonio,
Oh,
Texas.
yeah, I remember that. And you had to pay.
So I don't know what that has to do with.
It doesn't. That's what we do here on Chain. We just you never know where the conversation is going to go.
Yeah.
But
So that
talking
irks
about
me.
keeping your word. Okay. So
I think just being a fucking like, sorry, whoops. I just think
there's a lot of swearing.
there is.
You're right. Keeping your word.
I think it's more than just your word. But
Abby
I'll let you
went to
talk.
my
I'll shut up.
favorite restaurant last night
Mm,
and then ate it in her room. So I guess no, you do that anyway. But I guess so. I wouldn't know that she went and didn't get me anything.
yeah.
I for
Sorry.
real had a frozen burrito for dinner while you were, and then we have like a door to our hallway, and I opened it up and I could smell it.
And she asked me this morning. She said, "What did you eat last
What did you
night?"
eat last night? She kind of looked at me. I was like, oh, wow. This is the basics of a relationship. How dare
Yeah.
you? So
Sorry. That was not a great. But the thing is, I didn't say I would. So it's not like I
I
said I
feel
would and
like
then I didn't.
the reason I bring that up is I feel like some things are implied.
What's implied?
That when you go to my favorite restaurant, you should buy me food. When I'm home, you left, I was home. I was home when you got back.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't eat there, so that's not an excuse. You brought it home.
Let's read some comments.
I feel like that, like when someone says, "Hey, do you want to do something tomorrow?"
Mhm.
You're not promising it.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to twist this.
You are. I was looking at you like, where are you gonna go with that?
I just really want a
She's
promise.
mad at me, but
I'm mad.
yeah, she can get over it. Aaliyah said, "Good morning, beautiful ladies." Hey, girl. Say hi.
Hi. That was so weird.
What was weird?
I just like my voice just stopped.
Oh,
Hi.
are you nervous?
No.
Is she nervy?
You make me nervous.
Brittany said, "I can respect when people communicate with you that they have to cancel versus not showing up and not communicating." Facts.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I have one friend. She knows who she is. Don't know if she's listening. We've had a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Is
That
it the friend I know?
you know all my friends.
Well,
yes,
okay.
probably.
Okay.
But I was like, you have to be better, or like I hate to say stuff like this, but like I'm gonna have to break up with you. And
See, I'm about to come down
said
on
it,
you.
well, I said it mostly because I talked to her a lot about my horrible, not horrible. We talk about relationships, we talk about dating, we talk about this and that.
Mhm.
And one of the last people I dated, I was heated because I wasn't getting,
The energy you wanted.
I wasn't getting the energy. I wasn't getting the, check-in text or
Yeah.
I felt like the other person was not that interested.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Facts.
That's fine. Moving on. But I chose to like walk away from that because I want more than that. So now my friend who doesn't have to check in with me, I don't really care about that. But if you say I'll call you back, or hey, I'm coming over in an hour,
And then don't come.
and then I don't get a 2-second text. And so I told her, I was like, you couldn't text me. I got really busy. And I was like, you're the one who agrees with me that if a man can't send you a 5-second text, he's not interested. So why couldn't you send me a 5-second text?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about practicing what you preach.
This is gonna come
in a
down on
different
me.
way.
This is gonna come down on me hard. I already can tell. Go ahead.
Because
She's gonna roast me.
no, you're right. This friend, and I've heard the stories. This friend does do that, and that is unacceptable,
And
right?
I bitch every time. I know.
But you've also said, I'm not going to be friends with her anymore. Not even several, but like a multitude, magnificent amount of times you have said that about this person. So you're not saying true.
I said it to her this
You're
time.
you're not staying true to your word, to yourself. And I do want to talk about staying true to the words you say to yourself. If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, and I feel like I used to be that kind of person who'd be like, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and there is a form of that can be like manifesting, like I'm putting it out into the universe, I'm going to do it. But don't just be saying stuff because you think you could maybe possibly do it.
Oh, so there you go. Oh, look, I'm gonna circle back. I'm gonna bring it all together.
Okay.
That's the first, that's the person we let go, that we let down the most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But because maybe we're overcommitted to other things, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like you give yourself too much to other people, they don't leave time for yourself.
Yeah, if you say, I'm gonna do this new skincare routine every single night, but then you stay out doing other things and you get home and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
We should commit to ourselves first.
And
so that's kind of the journey I've been going through, this in my life right now.
Though,
we are.
Yeah.
But the journey that I'm sort of going on in my life right now is to commit more to myself, and not in a selfish way, but that means not committing to other people.
Yeah.
To saying no, and it sucks sometimes because you have to make the choice of, like last night, I had to make the choice of what's better for me, the things I've committed to myself, that I'm going to get more sleep, that I'm going to be, that I'm going to concentrate more on other things. Also, I'm telling myself not to go have crawfish or not to go play bingo with my friends, which is also things I wanted to do.
Yeah, but you do have to make sure that like you're taking care of what you need to take care of. And I think I over commit myself because I know I can get it done. And that's my problem. It's because like, when like you were in school and you'd be like, well, you make this plan maybe to like, okay, I'm going to study for this test for a whole week. Right. And then, it's the first day of the week and you're like, I think I only need 6 days actually. And then like each day you kind of push it off. And then, the last day you like cram and then you pass the test and you keep doing it because you're getting positive results. You're still passing the test. You're still doing what you need to do. So I feel like that's kind of the mentality I have with things is like I spread myself too thin. I bite off more than I can chew, however you want to say it. But like, I know that I'm capable of it. So I push myself further. And
I'm going to go back to that for a second because that's good. Like, I'm going to segue into a whole nother thing. But just back to my friend who might be listening, and I don't want to leave off with her feeling some kind of way, is that I have been saying to her, and because I think I think her intentions are good, much like mine are, and I end up late or can't go, or I think everybody's intentions are good if you're right.
Yeah.
But it's going to segue into something else, but I think that she is also a people pleaser. And so her first response is to always say yes, or I'll call you back, or yes, I'm going to come over. I'm going to be there. Or yes, I'll be there. And I've expressed to her, like, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's okay to stop and say, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But just be honest with yourself, with me. And I don't think anything you do is intentional, but it's hurt feelings when you want to people please and then you don't follow through. Right. So sometimes,
and you've like expressed
sometimes
that.
you're doing the opposite of people pleasing when you, now, if you'd have just said no in the beginning, I wouldn't be mad. But the reason I'm saying that is because if we had a whole bunch of viewers, I'm sure I would be roasted as hell right now because that I'm always late.
There's a respectful amount of late, right?
Like, oh no, I'm disrespectfully late.
I personally, think being a little fashionably late is cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to be like, all right, I'm here right on time. Like, actually, you know what I mean? Like, who wants to be that guy? You know what I'm saying? So I'll show up like fashion. And it depends on like what it is, right? There's some things that need to be on time. Like if something starts at a certain time, or like it's a wedding, or like an event like that, right? And
I still skirt the edge on that.
You do. Or a flight, maybe, perhaps.
Shut up.
But
okay.
hold on, I'm not finished. But I do think for like, someone's like party at their house, 30 minutes to an hour is like respectful. That's, yeah, depending on how long it is, right?
No, I feel.
Yeah, if there's, let's say their party starts at like 7, 8 p.m., they plan on partying all night and you plan on being there all night. If I plan on being here all night, I'm not gonna show up at the time that it starts.
Not that I throw parties, but I feel like if I did, I would legit pick a start time knowing that there's probably an hour before I probably still have an hour. Now that goes much to me being late because I'd probably still be getting ready and stuff and be like, why are you here? Well, you said 8. 8 means 9. Because that's what it means to me. Right? Yeah. Now, my friends, Terry Gibson, go ahead and speak up, already know to lie to me about the time. Mm-hmm. I've told them to do this. Like, please lie to me. And so I'm gonna take it a bit serious here because I'm not making excuses. But I used to say and be really confused about it, right? I used to say like, it's not that I'm even late or that I run out of time. It's that I'm early and then I fill my time with something else
that you have to finish.
And then I get distracted. Yeah. So
so now let myself get ready really quick, and then that usually makes me run late because I'm not as quick as I think I am.
And so now I've learned to sort of overestimate, and I'll say something ridiculous like, oh yeah, okay, I'll be out there in 3 hours. I shit you not, it will take me it's not that I take that long to get ready. I can get ready in like 30 minutes. It's all the stupid lollygagging I do in between all the things. Or putting it off. Like I got time. And then getting focused on something else and looking up like, oh shit.
Yeah, when it comes to getting ready, I literally, if I like know that I want to like look a certain way or like wear a certain outfit or whatever for a certain event, I'll start getting ready days in advance. I'm like, okay, well, I have this thing on Saturday and I'm gonna want fresh nails. So I can't do my nails. And like, let's say it's Tuesday, like I can't do my nails today because they're not gonna be fresh enough for Saturday. I was like, but I'm busy Friday, so maybe I'll do it like Thursday night. And that's just like something that I like to do is do my nails. And that usually makes me run late to things because I'll do them and they'll be perfect. But then I'm not done getting ready. So then I start doing things and I mess up the nails and I freak out and I curse everybody out. And then I fix my nails and then they look like crap and then I do them again.
You know where you got that? So what I do is I have an outfit in mind, but I don't gather the things or try it on. But I think I think I'm ahead of the game, right? Like I know exactly what I'm going to wear. And then that day comes, I put it on. Something doesn't fit right. Or there's I hate it together. I'm going to wear these shoes. Where's the other shoe?
It didn't match your vision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I start sweating because I'm getting mad and anxious. Mm-hmm. And then if I'm wearing my hair straight, then it starts curling because I'm sweating.
The hair plays a big role. Because like, I also need to think about that. Like if I'm doing this on this day I wash my hair every other day, I have to make sure. But if I'm going to curl my hair, I like my curls on day 2 but I don't want to use dry shampoo. Like literally there's all these like things that go. And that's why I'm late sometimes because worst case, if I like hate my hair or something, I wash it and I have to blow dry it and then I have to style it. And that, yeah. Now I'm talking about get ready.
We really are. I love this show. We just talk about whatever. You never know.
No, you really never. Being late.
We're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back.
But I do want to talk about keeping your word and Jennifer being late to every flight we've probably ever taken. Actually, no, not the last one.
We didn't miss one.
We haven't missed one.
Oh, how about the train? The train from where
did we go? For context, we went to Europe.
The train from Paris to Amsterdam. Like walked on right before it pulled out.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that Jennifer does. I don't even, because I know she's like this and I know that I can't say anything because it'll stress her out. I just sit there and I let us be late. I try to come up with solutions when I can, but most of the time I just sit there because she gets angry. And then she's yelling at me because all of a sudden it's Abby's fault that we're running late, even though I've been ready, shoes on, bag packed, ready to go, watch on, glasses on, sitting there. I'm waiting.
I don't think it's your fault. I think I'm just yelling.
At thee.
Well, you're there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Brittany said, I'm late all the time, but not to my flight. Facts, Brittany. You can be late to pretty much anything, but not a flight.
I haven't missed one. It's been really close.
If you're cutting the edge, it's
been really close.
That's anxiety inducing.
Oh, so that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
All right. So
moving on.
Just to be like a little bit serious and to be,
I have a cut on my finger.
Oh, let me kiss it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Weirdo. So and I haven't been officially diagnosed, but I've had recently talked to my doctor and who asked me some questions.
She's psychotic. That's the diagnosis.
They're meant for that. No, it's like maybe we haven't got that far yet.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to a psychiatrist yet, but I was talking to my medical doctor who and when I was in when I had a psychologist who think that I have undiagnosed ADHD. And
you have a lot of
so
things.
I have a lot of things. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I might be psychotic or I mean, I might have a lot of things, but that's the thing. And so because I had, and I've told you this, like the procrastination causes me anxiety. I will 100% know it's giving me anxiety and do it anyway. Because I think I've felt like I need the anxiety. Like, remember when you said like waiting till the last minute and then you perform well? I have somehow convinced myself that I need to do this to perform well.
To do well, yeah.
Really?
And I do think there's a thing as like over preparation too. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to start doing something too early. It's really about finding that like sweet spot of like getting something started
So on our trip to Europe, I literally packed like way ahead of time. I was very proud of myself. And then realized
you
that
need the things out of the bag.
Well, that's one of the things.
And then
the
day of you're like looking in your laundry basket.
No, and I should have kept it, right? Because I packed for like winter. And then I looked at the weather and it's like, oh, it's gonna be like 80. Right?
Yeah.
So I unpack all this stuff and pack lighter clothes only to get there. And it was indeed fairly cold. And now I packed light clothes. It was
Yeah.
So then I just bought more clothes.
You're an overthinker though.
That's yes.
I probably don't think enough. I can be, I overthink about some things, but yeah.
I should have just packed layering stuff.
Well, I think we've talked about it before. I think you struggle to make decisions too. And I'm like the complete opposite. Like she will ask a million questions and be like, I'm not coming down on you. I'm just saying like the differences in our personality.
But again, like when I went to the doctor and started talking about this, that's one of the things, right? So she asked me all these questions and I was like, how does she know all these things?
Like even
the last thing was even, and my ex used to talk about this all the time. She said, well, let me ask you this. I'm like, what? She goes, can you drink a cup of coffee before you go to bed? I'm like, oh yeah, I do it every night. Regular coffee. She goes, oh yeah, girls. Apparently, by the way, FYI, that is not the only sign. That is just one of the signs of ADHD. And doesn't have to mean you're hyper. The other one was also, this used to be a joke at home, was don't let Jennifer get horizontal. I can go for hours. I go. But don't let me lay down. I will instantly be asleep.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much coffee I've had. Doesn't matter. I'm down.
Yeah, I don't. I'll sleep in any situation.
Anyway, that being said, it's led me to, try to say no to commitments and things that I need for my like mental health. And so it just the whole late thing. I'm also, yes, very much trying to work on that. But like I said, it used to be where I would get involved in other things and then would not realize that the time had gone by. And so I have every 100% intention of being on time. And then also have tried to make sure that if I know I'm going to be late, I let somebody know.
Yeah, like give people a heads up.
Yeah. But sometimes I don't know until the end.
Okay, I think we should go to a quick break.
Okay. We're going to a break.
We are.
Good. I'm going to get coffee. You all should too.
You should make me some too, actually.
Yeah, also, you want one too? Okay.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. We are going to go to break and then we'll come back with the Am I the Asshole segment. Okay. We are back. Jennifer took a while to make the coffee. So, thank you guys for staying during that break. I needed to find, because we're going to start a new segment. Am I the Asshole? I'm sure you guys might be familiar with that segment on like Reddit. It's like a Reddit page thing.
It's not about me.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, no. It's not. This isn't about me. This is a story that we're reading from Reddit. But the reason I had to take a break is because I couldn't find it, but I found it. So we are ready to go.
But as I said, going back to what we were talking about right before the break, as soon as she started looking for it, I was like, Lost all concentration on what I was talking about because
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You know,
I should go to the doctor.
I'm the host of this show, but I'm also like the producer. So, she's multitasking.
I'm just the
She just shows up. Anyways, so let me find it again. Okay, here it is.
Can you
Here.
put up Terry's comment real quick?
Which one?
The last one.
She was out of town.
That's the last one? Oh, who said?
Oh, just kidding.
Who said the last? Oh.
Oh, she said being late stresses me out.
It stresses me out too. But again, I go back to that. Like, I have to give myself anxiety to get anything done. I hate that.
You know what's giving me anxiety right now?
Me keep talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to.
I'm just saying, like, I have this vicious cycle. If I don't stress myself out about it, it won't get done. That's terrible. I hate it. Makes me yell at you.
Mhm.
Stop looking at me like that. I'm going to start yelling at you right now.
Okay.
All right.
Am I the asshole? This one's actually, would I be the asshole if?
So anybody who can comment, we like, please
let us know your thoughts on this.
Please interact. This is for you too.
Exactly. And we tried to pick one that kind of went with today's topic. So this one is would I be the asshole if I rescinded my offer to pay for a friend's birthday dinner after they picked somewhere I can't eat? My friend Luke is turning 40 and I offered to pay for him and a group of our friends to have dinner anywhere Luke wanted. Luke knows I've been vegan since my 20s and it's never been an issue before. When I asked where he made reservations, he said a local barbecue place that is famous here for having a menu that mocks people who don't eat meat. Like literally, a section has vegetarian options. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I asked what he expected me to eat, and he got huffy and said, well, it's his birthday, so it shouldn't matter. I should eat before getting there and just order drinks while everyone else eats dinner and still enjoy everyone's company. This sounds miserable to me. I had zero expectations of Luke picking somewhere vegan friendly. Hell, I expected him to pick a steakhouse and I would have been fine with a salad and some sides. I didn't expect him to choose somewhere that prides themselves on meat being in every single
dish on the menu.
Sorry, thank you. I want to tell him never mind and buy him a traditional birthday gift instead, but
feel like a massive asshole.
Sorry, thank you. But feel like a massive asshole for taking back my offer. I don't know what to do. And then he said, edited to add, this is a group of 9, so I'm feeling miffed about spending $300 on a meal I can't eat. The exact text I sent said this: Hey, I want to take you and a friend fam out
and the friend fam
out for your birthday. Make a reservation somewhere and let me know. I was doing really good on reading the first half of that.
I don't even have glasses on. I want you to go first because for those who don't know, Abby was vegan for
I was vegan
2 years,
mm-hmm.
2 or so years. So you have actually a unique perspective on that.
Yeah. So I think whether it's like vegan or not, like there are different reasons why people don't eat certain things. Like
right.
I have friends who are Muslim who don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
you don't take them to the all pork place.
To the pork hut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
the pork hut. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I just made that up. But I do think like if they say like, hey, even if it's like my favorite place, if they were to tell me like, hey, I'm gonna take you somewhere, like I would pick a place that only had pork items. And that's the vegan thing is a little like clearer, right? Like at the time I was like, I would eat anywhere. It didn't matter. Like I would eat anywhere. But if I might be bothered and feel like it was a jab if someone was like, oh, you're paying, I'm going to take you to this place. However, I don't think the guy is the asshole for wanting to rescind that offer. Because like it's one thing when you offer somebody and maybe you're like, you feel like, okay, I want to keep my word because I said I was going to do it. But like at this point, this person is like, you can always withdraw consent. You can withdraw your offer. You can, and you may feel like an asshole, and that person may think that you are, but that doesn't mean that like you didn't do the best thing you could do for yourself.
For sure. When obviously, I don't know what this place is, but I know there are places that would mock you or whatnot.
Yeah.
It seems like a shitty thing to do. A shitty place to pick. You could pick any. Now, mind you, guy said, pick whatever place you want and I'll pay. But come on.
And he even said,
you can't pick any place. That seems pretty crappy.
Well, it's not like he said, I didn't expect my friend to pick like even a vegan friendly place.
Exactly.
But
Well,
Most
like, I
you're
can remember.
purposely picking a place that, like, goes against me and, like, everything I like.
I mean, I can remember when you went to prom, that's you were vegan during that time, and you called ahead to the restaurant that you did not pick just to see, "Hey, what," and they made you something special, which actually I remade it later and it was really good.
Uh-huh.
And then also we went to Disney World after you graduated and we called ahead and just, actually they have a thing you can check and say it. Anyway, there's lots of places that they can make you something and if not and you've been doing it long enough, you know what you can kind of order off the menu. Speaking about this specifically because this is what's on the Am I the Asshole, right? I don't think I think if you rescinded it, you wouldn't be.
I don't think so either.
I think that I have a friend group and if they know that about me, you know,
Yeah.
it's one thing just to invite you.
Yeah.
If I don't like crawfish and you invite me to crawfish, that's my
Or if, like, let's say you have a friend who is offering to pay for your meal. I know a lot of people are allergic to shellfish so much that
right,
they can't even really even be around it.
right,
And they say, "You know what? I'm allergic to shellfish," and you know this about them. They're your close friend. It's like a
right,
very well-known thing. Like
right.
they keep an EpiPen on them, right? And your friend's like, "I'm gonna take you out to dinner for your birthday," and you choose like a seafood, like to get crab legs and stuff.
We do have a friend she's that allergic though that she can't be. But
Right,
yeah,
but if you know that about, I feel like that does make you kind of like, yeah, your friend said they would take you anywhere. So you're asking them to pay and not show up, like, or be miserable the whole time. You know what I mean?
I just think I think the person whose birthday it was is the asshole. Is that
A
an
little
option?
bit.
Is that an option?
We actually got Shay responded. She said, "Wow, that's a bit much to say those things to your overly generous and thoughtful friend. I'd follow through with my original plan, but would abruptly address the self-indulgent, clueless behavior."
You'd still pay?
Yeah, I'm confused at what she's
Is
saying
that what you're saying, Jay? You would
because
still
she said
pay?
it's a bit
No,
much to
she
say
said
those
she'd
things.
follow through, but then she would address the behavior. I think not pay addresses it just fine.
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to read it again because now. And he got huffy and said it's his birthday, so it shouldn't matter. Oh, I guess she was saying like the birth. I think she's saying the birthday. I think she agrees with us,
Oh,
but
okay.
that she would go ahead and pay.
Oh, but she would. She said, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
I know
So
that.
she
I
agrees
actually
with
do
us
that.
that.
I do know that about Shay. She still would pay.
Yeah.
Friends, I would not. That's not true. I don't know.
And then she said, "I guess I was under the assumption that you've already made these reservations and plans
Wait, okay. Yeah.
before the person
The
offered them."
person did say, pick a place, make reservations, I'll pay. I think the
But there's
understanding was that
right.
you know me, I
Not
guess.
everything has to be said like explicitly, and I think some people really. I
I personally, okay, just my opinion. I think the person offering to pay is not an asshole if they says that if they come back and say, "Oh, well, there's nothing for me to eat there. I can't attend. So you guys have a good time. Let
I'll,
me know when you want to
I'll catch you
reschedule."
next
Yeah,
time.
let's
Yeah.
reschedule for somewhere I can go.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get that, and I'm kind of stingy with my money. But if I say I'm gonna like
Yeah, I
pay
would
for,
have never offered.
I would have never offered.
I
No,
was like, I'm the asshole because I
I'll
would.
offer to buy your dinner, not everyone's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's.
that's what the guy
Well,
said.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But so maybe I don't know. Let's maybe that makes a difference. I don't think it should. But if you're in the position that you can pay for 10 people to go out to dinner wherever they want, maybe that's the kickback from the person whose birthday it is. Like
yeah,
maybe the guy who's asking is wealthy. Again, I don't think that should make a difference,
yeah.
but maybe it kind of does from their
It
standpoint.
gives just like inconsiderate to
It
me.
is no 100%. But I wonder if that's a different perspective.
Because
Like, well,
I
you
would
can afford it. What's the big deal?
right.
I don't think that's a right perspective. I'm just
No,
saying maybe that is a perspective.
I just think like in any instance, even if like the person isn't paying, like if I know. Like, I'm gonna try to
If that's what you
accommodate everybody's, like, needs that I want to attend
if
my
that person's not
gathering.
paying, if you're all paying on your own and it's your birthday, then go where you want. That person, but if there's people that are uncomfortable or don't want to, then you shouldn't feel bad that they don't want to go.
Yeah, that's true. You can't be, like, mad at them, especially, like, if you pick, like, maybe, like, a really expensive restaurant or, like, let's say, like, a lot of people, especially for, like, bachelorette parties and stuff, they wanna go on, like, they're like, "Let's go to Vegas," and it's like or, "Let's go to Miami." It's like, "Girl, I only have so many vacation days this year."
Right.
and only so much money to spend.
That's been
and you want me to go to your, and this is, I'm not talking about anyone specific. This is like something that I've noticed. Like, and you
especially on
expect
the
me to
Am I the
go
Asshole?
to your destination bachelorette wedding, your destination wedding
Mhm.
shower, your destination.
Please have a $700 bridesmaid's dress. Yo, my wedding dress was $200, so you better
Yeah.
stay under that.
That's something I wouldn't keep my word on.
This is why nobody's asking me to be a bridesmaid, except my cousin Robbie.
She said, or Shay said, very good and considerate. I'm usually wanting to accommodate everyone's needs and wants.
Which you can't do, right?
Yeah, you can't.
You're not going to make everybody happy all the time.
Yeah.
There's a little phrase, and if anybody knows it, put it in the comments. But
Mhm.
you can't make, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can't please everyone.
Yeah.
And so, I
If you try to
think
please everyone, you please no one.
there you go. That's a good one. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe I made that up.
Can
Oh
we
my
make-
gosh, she's a genius.
We're gonna make t-shirts. Please, the link to our t-shirts coming up soon. Oh, look, Amy.
Oh, okay. Kristen said, why not have a conversation and speak up? If they are your friend, an open conversation should be welcomed. If I was a person offering, I'd say it would be important for me to celebrate as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I come from the standpoint, and my friends, the friends that have commented, I think would all know that, first of all, it's difficult for me to accept that sort of generosity anyway.
Yeah.
It would be difficult for me to allow somebody to pay for like a 10-person dinner.
Yeah.
I have a group of friends, or I have a lot of friends that I go out with, and I'm okay with them paying for mine.
Yeah, but it is different.
Splitting it, or one person, or whatever.
Yeah.
But for someone to say, hey, I'm going to pay for this whole thing, there is no way I am going to pick a place that the person paying
can't eat. Yeah.
Can't eat at. Like, I'd go to Salada if they're
right.
I'd be
like, let's just order like Chick-fil-A catering.
I mean, can't I just go to that meat place any other day of the week?
Right.
Yeah. No, guys, not the ass. Rescind that shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
That was fun. I think we should start doing the Am I the Asshole segment.
Yeah. Should we do it at the beginning or in the middle? I like it in the middle.
I kind of like it. Yeah. Towards the end.
Or
we got a couple more comments. Shay said, Jen, even when you've been invited to one or two bigger group functions, you were still very apprehensive about allowing me to treat you.
That is true. I don't like that. I mean, it's sweet. It's nothing. It's just ingrained in me somehow.
I have a rule for myself. I don't accept anything from somebody that I wouldn't give. So like, because some people, I think they give a lot because they want to receive a lot. And if I know that I don't have the energy or the resources or the means to give you what you give me, I don't accept it.
And
that goes for like money, that goes for gestures, that goes for even time and energy too. Because like,
I think I've said that too. Like, I think I've been, one of my friends can comment. I believe I've even said that. Like, I can't reciprocate it. So it's not that I don't want to accept it and I don't think it's nice. It's I feel bad if I can't reciprocate.
Right.
And financially, depending on the day of the week or the month of the year, I can't always reciprocate, and I don't feel good about it. And it's not that I think it's expected. Well, it's expected in my core, like it's expected of myself.
Well, even like when I have like a birthday celebration or whatever, I try not to like label, unless it's like my close friends. But if I like have like a bigger birthday gathering, or like it's around my birthday, like my last birthday, I had some friends over. It was a week after my birthday, and I did not say it was a birthday thing. I was like, I just want to have friends over. It just happens to be right around my birthday, and because I didn't want people to bring gifts, because it wasn't like my like core close group of friends. It was like a different group of friends I'm like trying to be friends with. And I was like, I don't want, first of all, we don't know each other well enough for it to be like something that I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's usually when you don't know someone very well and you get them a gift, you get them like a candle or like a cup, or like, very generic gifts. And I'm okay with those. I like that. I like it. I'm going to sound so bad.
I have the snarkiest comment. I'm not going to say it.
I like candles and I like cups. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I don't want the person to feel obligated to get me something just to get me something. You know what I'm saying? If there's something, and so also the flip side of that is I don't want you to give me a gift because I don't want to have to feel like I have to get you a gift for your birthday.
That's my thing.
Because if
it's not because
10 people come now I have to buy 10 gifts this year. I'm not doing that. I don't want to.
I think you want to. I think you just
no, I don't. I don't want to get people I barely know a gift. I don't.
But I get it. Like KVs.
She said, "I'd be an hour late to the party anyway, so I'd miss the meal." About am I the asshole? And then she said, "I think when people do that, sometimes it's just their love language with no expectations of receiving anything in return."
No, I
I
believe
think
that.
to a certain degree,
I
but if
believe
you're
that.
constantly, even if it is your love language, if you're constantly giving to somebody and they never give back, I feel like resentment does start to
Sure.
build. So I even had a friend who I was like, we were starting to get close, and she just expected a lot out of me emotionally, and like she wanted a lot of my time,
Mm.
and we were very newly friends. Like our total friendship was maybe like 5 months or something, 4 or 5 months. And like she would expect a lot out of me. And I had to literally tell her, I had this conversation with her. I was like, girl, I can't give what you're willing to give. And like, that's not fair to you. And so I'm no longer gonna like accept your like too muchness.
Hey,
Is that a word?
because we are talking about keeping your word and kind of like falls in line with commitment as well. Um, I get a lot of crap from my friends about this, from some of my friends about this, and some just kind of know it's me. And a lot of, especially if you've known me since my like childhood, you kind of know that the reasons that I'm like this, is I'm not good at reaching out to my friends.
Mhm.
And that's an understatement. I'm terrible at reaching out to my friends. I love you all. And I'll always answer. I'll always pick up the phone. I'll always, I will, if I say I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up. And I'm usually the one that if you ask me to do something, I'm like, yep, I'm in.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm horrible, horrible, horrible about initiating that.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Terrible. So I'm trying to be better. So, and going back to like keeping your word and commitment, I'm almost better if you nail me down to something.
Yeah.
Instead of expecting me to reach out randomly to check in and see how you are, to invite you something, just nail me down to something. Say, hey, I need you to call me
This
on the
often.
10th of every month. And
Yeah.
I will put it on my calendar and I will call you.
Oh, yeah. I
Like,
love I love my Google Calendar.
I'm just, it's not that I'm not thinking about you. It'll be at a random time. And then my brain goes somewhere else. And then I forget. And then it's midnight. And then it's the next day. It's bad.
Yeah.
I need it. I need a commitment to say that I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I'm messed up is what I'll boil down to. No, I mean, I am good to my word. I do have that integrity about myself that I will stick to my word.
Mhm.
So if you need that from me, please like just make me
Like, set
commit
that.
to something and I'll do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I just figured that out right now.
I'm
This
not
is
I'm
therapy.
not very good at, reaching out and, like, putting that out there. Like, there are a few people, and the people that I am like that with, I've, like, been very intentional about the friendship with them, and I think for me too, it takes a while for me to really consider someone really close to me, and so if I don't consider you, like, a really, really close person, my expectations from you are very low, but then I also want you to expect very little of me, whereas, like, my, like, closer, deeper friendships, I expect more, but I also give more. You know what I'm saying?
I think for my local friends, I'm not talking about my back home friends. Um, more local friends. If you if your family dynamic or your relationship dynamic or whatever is that you are not, you know, 50 and single like me, my assumption is you're busy
Mhm.
with your boyfriend, husband, mate, whatever, children, grandchildren, that you are busy and that you know that I am about to start getting cats.
Yeah.
Right? So in my brain, it's like, please reach out to me. I'm available. I'm going to answer you. Yep. Let me know what you're doing.
I actually thought about that the other day. I have a friend who may or may not be
I may
watching.
not be right. I'm just saying that's my assumption.
I have a friend, and I literally thought about this. I think it was yesterday or the day before. How I have this friend who I consider a very, very, very close friend, a long term friend. Um, and I'm not the type of person that has to like talk to my friends every day. I don't need to do that. I don't got much to say. I mean, I do have a lot to say, but I'll never shut up. So I like to respect you and your time. I don't talk to them every day because I would just send crazy stuff. But I have this friend who I consider a very close friend who is in a very different stage of life than me, married, child, like, and I thought about it the other day. I'm like, I should reach out more. And then I was kind of like, for a second, I was like, well, I never know when she's like
Right.
available.
Right.
I almost like, and then I'm like, but that's,
You should still reach
I
out.
should still, that doesn't, like, that shouldn't stop you because you think someone might be too busy. And I think that comes from like a fear of rejection. You don't want to feel like you're like reaching out. And, even with some newer friendships that I've like made recently in the past year or so, like some of them I have tried and I had tried to make plans and they never came through. And then had to sit back and wait because I'm like, I'm only going to do that for so long. I'm not going to keep getting rejected either
It is. It's weird. I mean,
by the
because
same person.
like you just said, and I'm saying that it's not an excuse for me to say, well, you're married and your situation is this and that, and that's why I don't reach out.
Yeah.
It sounds like I think that's the way my brain works.
Right.
It's not an excuse, like, because I still should.
It's because I don't want. It's not
It's not because I don't want to.
It's because
I think it's just what my filter there tells me. You know? Does that make any kind of sense?
We got it. We got a comment.
Uh-oh.
We have a comment from Tanya that says, "Can we have grace for our friends that aren't great at calling you back, even when they say they will, asking for a friend?"
Girl, I did not out you, but you did.
You outed yourself. No, but I think this was a good conversation.
It is. It is. I mean, as we do, we branched off into other things. So, when we pick a topic, y'all, it's not set in stone. It's a starting point.
Shay said, married and down the road friends want to receive those, "Hey girl, what's going on with you?" texts. And then Kristen said, sometimes in life, some of the greatest friends you have, you don't keep up with all the time, but those relationships pick up like the day it never passed. I agree with that. I think, some people are very like more like they need that like constant communication. And, in certain instances, I may go through phases where I like
we have those friends. So KV and I will see each other like twice a year, and she lives like 2 miles away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we get together and like, we got to catch you up on all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then I Anne, who I'm sure isn't listening, I sent her the link. My friend Anne, she's the one that we go, so want to hang out Friday? I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
I've seen her once in the past year.
Kristen?
Anne.
Oh.
And we're good. We laugh about it. We joke about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think that's just because they're also like that. Mm-hmm. We can't get mad at each other if we're the same. They can't get mad at me if they're the same way.
Yeah.
So, we all have different personalities. We have different styles, and we're all probably going to ruffle each other's feathers every now and then.
I think this is a good transition for our next week's topic.
It is.
Bestie or the restie.
Bestie or the restie.
So we talked about keeping your word and staying true to, what you say you're going to do, whether that be plans, whether that be, something like a favor that you say you're going to do for somebody, or something along those lines. I think it's important.
Or work.
Yeah.
And how to, if you find yourself that you can't keep up with your commitments, maybe you're overcommitting.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person. We're not trying to say you're a bad person, but if you think that you're a person of integrity, which I like to think that I am, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that there's not circumstances. But if you want to think you're a person of integrity, then you need to figure out how to keep your word.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that'll help.
And that means don't say you're going to do something if you're unsure even.
Well, and like I said, I think it's a good transition for next week's topic. We're going to talk about, friendships. And I think keeping your word plays a big role into that. You may feel really close to somebody, but if you can't rely on them and you can't trust them, and trust doesn't go just into backstabbing. Like, I think you cannot have trust for somebody that maybe hasn't necessarily done anything to hurt you, but you just don't trust what they say. And so I think that can make someone kind of be in the bestie category
or the restie
category. Oh, you'll see how we did that.
This girl. I have to live with her.
This was episode 6 of Journeys and Ambitions, Keeping Your Word. You are listening on the LV with Val radio station. Be sure to download the LV with Val app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us. Make sure you like and subscribe. All of our social medias are Journeys and Ambitions, except for Twitter is what?
JA Radio.
JA
And there's
Radio.
some underscores. I'm JB in Houston, and you can find us from there.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next week on Friday at 11 a.m.
Bestie or the restie. Central
Central
Time.
Standard, right?
Yep, we're in Standard.
Central, bestie or the restie. Peace out.
Bye.